sitting at 1-1, but the last
We have map 1, FAZE versus OPTIC. Let's see what's about to happen.
I think enough for the stats, man. I'm just excited to get into this gladiator battle. Let's see. It's a story that has been written a number of times, but a brand
map 1.
after the green wall revitalizing OPTIC. Boston, let me hear
Map 1, baby.
OPTIC versus FAZE. Let's lock in and let's get it on. And already off the rip, if you are OPTIC Texas, on a map like Subbase, you prefer the opposite side. Always trying to control the 3-story, but if you're winning the gunnies, you're able to flip it with the gun. They get 3 dead, the spawns now flip, Atlanta FAZE forced to break.
So I'm very aware of the circumstances, currently overpassing this first hill. But the lay of the land looking good for the green wall. Sullivan dealt with topside P2, so time continues to tally. Now the subs for Atlanta getting involved, but can't fully break. We go a little bit back and forth. Final 1v1 for the scrap, which Draza will take.
And Draza, you know what, he's been doing wonders for this Atlanta FAZE roster. I feel like both of these teams on the offseason, they get some better players, and they're going to be able to have Childs the entire time. Dashy finds 2, but OPTIC are still holding
Back-to-back match right here.
You want to stay alive as long as you can. Trades going down towards the middle of the map, but it's all about that P2. OPTIC are going to be there first.
Only one member to possibly make a mess of this for FAZE. That's number 6 in white, Abizi. And he's kind of stuck right now over towards P5. Does find Dashy up top and will stun himself forward. Little pinch play being set up, but the trade's good for OPTIC. Spawns will move around a little bit, and the hard point will go neutral at the same breath.
Oh, now OPTIC have to work their way out of warehouse side. That one player sneaking his way up through mid, but the rest of Atlanta FAZE have the cutoffs. Simp, that's a big kill to take him down from top snow, but now you have to execute this break. You have to try to flip these spawns. Datsy works his way up the left side. He finds one, but it's still better trades coming in from Atlanta FAZE. They are still in control.
28 seconds remaining. Pred not quite able to get through the P2 window. Shotzzy, last one left, waiting for help. The rest of Atlanta have completely reinforced from the back. Kills still go back and forth. Is there enough of a chance here for OPTIC to actually break through this? Atlanta just getting back to the hard point so darn quick, and the kills continue to come through for FAZE.
They're just coming out on top in these trade fights. Simp already sitting at 10-5, 15 engagements, and we're only in the second hard point. But Atlanta FAZE are finding the kills to hold the right spawns. So you see OPTIC Texas, now we have to start hitting a couple routes. Dashy through the left, Kenny through the right side, a big one-on-one across the map. Kenny wins it. So now if you are Atlanta FAZE, these next gunfights can cost you these spawns.
Yeah, it's just these exit kills haven't been particularly great for OPTIC to this point. Hardpoint stays neutral for now as Atlanta's rotating over from 2 quickly to 3. Shotzzy up top, just able to find the last shots in towards Strava, then heads down, finds himself a double, and Shotzzy coming up big for OPTIC as the rotation gets locked in.
And every single time OPTIC play against Atlanta, when they find success, it's through the back of what Shotzzy is able to get done. A 1.3 every single time he plays Atlanta. And that leads to OPTIC Texas finding the break at P3. This 25 seconds is going to be theirs. You still have Atlanta FAZE applying pressure over towards P2. They want to try to hold that next hill from the front.
Really good shots from Abizi. Makes life easy for Sullivan to make sure that scrap time does go neutral. Over towards tunnel side. Draza opens things up for Atlanta. Dashy still in position. Pred nearby. So OPTIC still have numbers for this rotation. Can he get the second? Oh, big from Bruce. That will get the lockdown in. Trophy systems up. Now it's just down to reading how Atlanta's trying to set up this break.
Dashy's going to do what he does best. Soak up that hill time and make sure no one is going to contest that point. You still have Fred roaming around the middle of the map, just trying to be the cutoff man, but now he gets taken care of. All of Atlanta FAZE have to spam tax through the front side of the tunnel. Do they have enough trophies to slow this one down? Kenny is going to get hit by one, but it's all out pressure from Atlanta through the front.
Here it comes, big flood, 3 members large. Draza getting the opener, but how about Shotzzy and Dashy? Leaving things up to the last 2 members remaining, and OPTIC will hold on. 30 seconds still remain. Atlanta trying to get back into mid-map, but Shotzzy there to beat him now on 3 in a row.
And this is the perfect play right here from OPTIC. You find a clean 4 dead. Now you have to be aggressive up on the map, and now Shotzzy just has to play his life. He finds another one onto a BZ. He's able to finish the kill, but not able to stay alive. So if you are Kenny in a crucial position, try to rotate over towards that P5 side. OPTIC, they flip the spawns. Draza, you have to make something happen here.
Trying to play his life, stun, locks him up, and that'll be enough for Shotzzy to follow up, find elimination. OPTIC with numbers, not just on the old time, but also trying to get up towards the high ground, which Pred will clear a BZ out of. Quick transition from OPTIC and a huge stretch on the scoreboard for the team in green.
So far, this P4 to P5 chain has worked out flawlessly for OPTIC Texas. You're now forcing all of Atlanta FAZE to overextend and try to fight through middle. They find those initial 2 kills. Can they find anything else to lead towards the break? At least they flip the spawns, but it's still OPTIC Texas contesting on this side of the map. The final 2 players dropped, and that's going to lead to an Atlanta FAZE break.
Yeah, FAZE swarming on both sides of the hard point, but with that told, OPTIC still find themselves in. 30 seconds remaining. Off the respawn, Kenny with the tally, 1 long-range shots. That's going to be 3 dead. Draza, last one left alive, and he does not have enough health to actually get into the hill. So this is already still good for OPTIC, keeping this hard point neutral.
Just maintaining that side of the map. You want to hold 3-story for the 4 out of the 5 hills that we have, and as long as you're trading efficiently, Kenny keeps repositioning around that top snow. He turned up, sitting at 16 and 11 on a 3 streak. They're finding all the kills. They're getting this remaining junk time, but now you have to focus that long side. You need to maintain those spawns.
It's all about the long con here for FaZe, trying to play through water side of the map, get themselves set up, like you mentioned, on the west side of the map, and the spawns will come in just as Draza opened up the hard point. 20-point game or so here. FaZe still trying to float around the middle of the map, but they're just not reading where Texas hit's coming from, and with that, Atlanta trying to lock in spawns are once again a little bit slow getting over towards the first hill.
Now if you are Celium in a crucial position towards top node, he finds that kill onto Kenny. Now he's going to be set up for the pinch. Just got to take down these last couple of players. That's 3. Next one is Fred, and you get him taken care of. Celium 15 and 7 on a 4 streak, in full control of the map currently. But you see the player that sneaks out, it's Kenny, to try to make something happen for OPTIC.
And he's just playing his life on the bottom side of the map, and actually Shotzi on the other side also gets through. Atlanta trying to set up the Iron Curtain defense towards P2, but they have a couple of holes in the setup. Over towards the scrap time. OPTIC able to get on, so 12 seconds go their way. Still have about a 20-point game as you rotate to 2 and tallying the minimap. 4 players for FaZe already set up, looking to come this thing in.
Oh man, and they were playing
Disgusting shots from Simp.
Clutch up in those fights, and now that's a clean 3 dead. The last player up is gonna be Pred. But this is another situation where Atlanta FaZe can get themselves right back into the game. It was a great P2 hold the first time, and they're doing it again.
It's all about if Atlanta can hold, they put themselves in a good spot, but OPTIC still finding kills. Prime time to listen in to see how OPTIC set up this break.
I'm gonna go long, stay alive. I'm hitting long. Right in front of us. Long of easy, one shot of easy long, absolutely long. Absolutely long. This is the game. Watch dark. I'm on the cross. Mid, literally blow. I'm on the cross. That's literally the game. I got one. You can just come on me. That's it, I'll get it. Let's go.
Okay, P2. He's hit P2 stuff, so. I got P2.
Yeah, what is it? P2.
There's 2-0. Alright, 2-0. I heard that.
When you try to push the right,
This is the game. This win this over.
Just
on the heady, back P5. On the P5, like fast.
Okay, we gotta pinch outside. Yeah. Once P5. MC P5, front P2 snow.
Yeah. I'll take it. We're hitting the front. Give us a second.
So.
I'll take P5.
He could have been like front.
I'll the back end.
I'll start P5 again.
In the bloom, I think. One's in the back, still draw somewhere. Okay, He's still
I'll hold first.
And back on me, so. He's up.
Tough stretch between the second and third hard points. You heard the call near the end. I'm just saying this is the game right here. They need to find a way to get over towards 4, but late in these sub bases, this is where Atlanta starts to turn up.
This is usually where they start having that clutch gene in them. 6-0. And HPs that are within 30 points. And so far, great hold in towards the P4. Throwing a couple shoulders. Simp is going to get taken down. Kenny finds him. Fred finds a third. It's all on to Draza. Pistol out. That's not enough. OPTIC Texas, they get the break. And with only 30 seconds left, you just need to trap them in towards the back. You have Celium working his way through top comms. This is a big kill if you can take him down. Kenny finds it. OPTIC holding strong.
2 for 1 go the trades. Dashy still holding things up. Just Simp, last one left alive, and he feels like he has to try to hit the scrap time. And there's the trap. Atlanta still spawning over towards dockside. P5 going over towards this front warehouse position, and Texas again dominating the high ground.
We just have to be able to read this overextension. Draza already finds himself in towards bottom middle maze. No, all of Optic, they know that they're not going to attack towards Warehouse. They have to overextend. A big trade comes in from Dashy, but it's still no one on the point. They want to make sure they find all the kills before someone commits towards the time.
The AR's really starting to light things up here for Optic Texas. Atlanta able to get over towards 5 for now, but we're still back and forth, kill for kill we go. Finally, though, Texas able to swing things back over their direction. Problem is,
It's getting mixy, dude.
so far away. Atlanta looking at this last 30 seconds saying, we need it.
Even with the spawns being so far away, neither squad is getting any time. Optic are holding the crossfires. Atlanta FaZe trying to find an opening, and that two-piece might be just enough. Sitting already at 30, he finds 31, but Soul Man is now Kenny. He falls. The break comes in from Atlanta. Finally, someone gets on the point, but Dash is there for a nade. It's still Atlanta FaZe's time.
Last hit from the last two players for Optic over to the front side of Warehouse, and Celia meets him with the Renetti. How about a tie game? Boston 191-82 for now. Heading back over to P1. Both teams focused on getting these spawns locked in and the rotation to try to surround.
And the good thing is that Kenny and Dash just went on across the map. They find those initial two fights, so Atlanta FaZe, those two players who come off spawn, they're now going to realize we're on the bad side. Optic Texas, they cannot win it on this P1, but they flip the spawns and have the opportunity. You just have to hold down these power positions, selling him in a crucial one towards Snap. So hit some tax. Let's get him out of this spot.
This is all about, did the game plan for Optic pan out? This is their map selection. Still
Come on, boys.
Seconds to collect. Atlanta's got to fight the war on.
They don't win off this.
While also focusing the rotation, and Kenny is shutting it down. Another double comes through for him. Trade still allowing Atlanta a chance to fight back, but they just aren't getting the players out of the hard point. Every second is a crucial one here for Optic.
Optic, they're making it all happen. They're trading efficiently, making sure they're soaking that time. Dashy sitting at 2 minutes in towards the HP, with only 10.
Dashy has 2 minutes in time.
No, we got to get through P5. We have to push around Propane's side. Pred the first man to try to cut them off. Puts down a couple shots, but his teammates are going to be here to help him.
BZ gets around the back. What does this do to spawns for Optic? They still spawn in just as the hard point opens up, with the kills from the side doors looking decent. Pred on 3 in a row. Still into the hard point. 242 to 188. Atlanta looking for the break. Got the pistol.
It's map 1. That's map 1. It's map 1. Let's go. Woo.
We were questioning Optic's decision to come out and play a map that they have not yet played on the season.
Go.
But you best believe every day in
Map
practice,
1 Optic.
And in that particular matchup, Atlanta looked comfortable, like we continue to talk about on both sides. However, Shotzi has been looking completely revitalized on stage. In Miami's game, he was dominant from start.
Go, we got map 2 here.
Numbers that we normally expect. So can he have a repeat performance here? It's Optic on the offense first, and early eyes aimed over towards the B site.
Shotzi's the playmaker, man. The reason why Atlanta were able to beat him online is because they soloed out Shotzi majority of those rounds. You take care of that guy, and then you force everybody else from Optic Texas to slow on down. But into the attacks, Atlanta have no trophy systems to work with, so they just open this crossover towards B. The smoke's going to go down. Full bomb site control right now for Optic.
Good stun check coming out from Draza. Also cooks up a nade. The nade will not touch, though. So Shotzi just playing a little bit further forward, seeing if you can catch contact on an aggressive defensive retake. Not to happen yet, though. Also keep your eye on the minimap, because there is a lot of mixiness that can happen here at mid-tank.
And they gave him the cross as well, so the bomb's going to get planted for free. It's going to be a 44 retake for Atlanta FaZe, and they pop the smoke through mid-cut. Sip finds the first. The trade is there, and now it's a 3v2.
That is an unbelievable defensive retake smoke coming out. Atlanta completely disguises their attempt through mid, and now Dashy deep has to try to work this alongside Brett. First couple of shots will tag Draza, the first defensive contestant, try to lock things over towards the tank side. No one has hopped as of yet, and this is all about, is there going to be an actual battle for this? Celium gets the first, trade comes out, Pred in trouble, but he's got the rival 9, able to take down a second. This will be a 1v3, but Cell pushes him off, and there's plenty of time for the defense.
1v3. Doesn't happen now.
From Atlanta. Starts with Sim finding that first blood. We saw that very play in the first entire map that we've seen from Atlanta FaZe on Invasion. He popped the smoke and ended up finding a 4-piece, but at least he gets one. He sets up a BZ to find the second, and then no trophy systems to work with. Optic try to play it from broken. They just slowly get picked apart. Atlanta FaZe strong on defense after they get the first blood, and they show it there.
And that's the big key, I think, for this match in particular, kind of looking at where Optic have been good in search and destroy. It has been by way of collecting opening first bloods on offense. On the flip side, though, Atlanta off their objective play has been unbelievable, both getting the bomb down and holding it as well as retaking. So already the pattern's starting to come through just a touch as Atlanta take a lot of their focus again over towards B, but there is an idea here from Celium to try to get this long range battle with Ashy. Both players see one another, but
Oh, shit.
aware.
Just some information gained early into the round, and now with Kenny putting down a couple shots, Atlanta know they're both the ARs are spread across the map, but now you read the positioning of Shotzzy. He loves himself some broken. This is where he usually makes plays.
Going 1 for 1 would be good. Getting a second could be better though, and the first kill comes through very quickly and very cleanly. The rest of OPTIC still kind of flooded around, making sure Shotzzy stays safe, and oh boy, he's looking to get super aggressive. If Easy does trade this back to a 3v3, and Shotzi's route very well may eventually allow him to kill into Draza. Bomb down here for Atlanta, and now a 3v2 for Texas.
And there's only 30 seconds left. Beezy trying to cover some ground, walks right into the pre-aim of Kenny. Now it's Celium left in a 1v3. He spotted Dashi early into the round, takes him down eventually, but the trade is going to be there. That round simply comes down to what Shotzi's able to get done.
Absolutely.
First blood inventory is broken, does not slow down, jumps right up to the treehouse. You always gotta expect some crazy movement out of Shotzi to put himself in a great position. He gets it done, OPTIC tie it up.
And the mind games that get established with the early conditioning of, hey, look at us, we're gonna be playing super aggressive. You have to worry about a lot early if you are Atlanta FaZe trying to come out of spawn. So we'll see if that continues to be the case when we switch to sides
boys.
again. And I'll be curious if Atlanta's going to be prone to wanting to do the same things. Are we
Come
going
on,
to
boys.
see Sinmore or BZ try to get aggressive in the same way that Shotzzy prefers to?
It's back for OPTIC Texas again. Tashi and Celium just going to say hi all the way across the street. The rest of the teammates are going to push up towards Broken. It's going to fall into the hands of Draza, who's going to first be the line of defense over there by the tractor. But you see it, BZ at mid-cut. He's just waiting.
Yeah.
He's waiting for OPTIC to attack.
This almost feels like for OPTIC, it's more of a, can we catch someone maybe trying to get too aggressive from the FaZe defense? But not to happen as of yet. 55 seconds on the clock. Draza backs up over towards Tractor. Abizi on the cross. Both teams will get mutual information on this. So OPTIC slide over. Abizi gives away his position now a little bit more securely with nades to follow through. But OPTIC are not interested in this battle. They want to get Draza out and now take their focus back towards the pinch. And it's a 2-for-1 exchange. Threaten turns it into a 3-for-1. Bomb to get planted.
And that's already the adjustments right there from OPTIC Texas. Said you smoked mid-cut, but this time I'm going to send Pred to go on the reflank. Celium left in the 1v3. Position now known. Great shoulder right there from Dashy, but this is too much ground to cover.
Yeah.
This is going to be very difficult for Cell.
Pred rotating over through Dark. He will be the one to find him.
Let's go.
That call from OPTIC saying, okay, BZ, we see you here, Dark. We know you're not going to push through it, though. We know exactly also where your teammate Draza is. Let's just flood and isolate him backside Tractor.
Because that first attacking round, they should have walked away with it. All they had to do was shut down that mid-cut push, and this time they were ready for it. They get that first kill. They solo out Draza towards the back end. Bomb goes down. Celium stands no chance. First attacking round of the map goes to OPTIC.
And a great start for Kenny, 4-1. And now for OPTIC, again, do we see those same mind games? What does Shotzzy prefer to do off spawn here? Dashy once again, it's going to be another long game of tag, probably with Celium over towards this long A street. And there will be, again, a little bit more aggression here from OPTIC, but it's not as far forward for Shotzzy. This is just a double stack on the B side defensively with Kenny watching mid.
There's just so many different looks right now on OPTIC's defense. It's like you're expecting Shotzzy to be aggressive every single round alongside Pred, but this time they're going to play it nice and slow towards the backside of the B bomb. Dashy putting down a couple shots, just getting all the info he possibly can. But still nothing to gain. 30 seconds already knocked off the clock, and you are Atlanta FaZe. Just go towards A.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. You can kind of see it. Not a lot of forward play up towards B Street because they may be worried about if Shotzi's gotten into the treehouse, but they also haven't seen anything at mid-tank. So this is just, again, Atlanta trying to find information on at least one more member from OPTIC, and they're really not getting it. Nades blow up over top of A. Simp will also get tagged, so here come OPTIC on the rotation defensively.
At least information now gained. They know that the pressure is going to be over towards A. At least the Kenny finding the first, but the trade is going to be there. There's only 25 seconds left, and Atlanta have to get that objective done.
The BZ's collected the bomb, but OPTIC's threat on the flank has been established. Here comes the commitment. Shotzzy, does he see a couple of toes? Sure does. Bomb not planted. Just falls once again to Cell. He'll get the first. Snaps over, sees Shotzzy topside take, but the
go.
arrive, and OPTIC take back-to-back rounds.
You could just tell right there on Atlanta's attacking rounds, like, they're expecting to see one of these SMGs up through the middle of the map. The fact that a minute goes off the clock, they're already pushed through Cafe, no one's playing an A-bomb corner.
Yep.
They take so long just waiting for someone to make a play from Optic, but it was both the SMGs up on the opposite side of the map. They come through and they get it done. That's 3 rounds in a row now for Optic.
So much mystery in the Optic setup. Had Atlanta hungry for intel. Hello, crowd. Here we go. Kind of feels like already for Atlanta, need to establish some of those current win conditions we talked about. Stop the bomb from being planted. So far, Optic 2 for 2 in overall plants. This time for Atlanta, a little bit of a forward play initially from a BZ, but he'll back up and just watch mid tank.
And this is another different look by Optic Texas. This time we're going to take Cafe control Kenny. It's going to be the island player holding down broken side, but we do have one player sneaking on through. It is going to be Simp. That bomb is slowly working its way up. Shotzi trying to edge his way out through Freezer.
And I think the more that Sim can get established over towards where this control zone would normally be, the faster Draza's going to feel like he can rotate over if he needs to. Problem is, does Atlanta actually have any intel? How many players for Optic are over the top of A? Lots of tags from BZ, but all of it through the wall. So everyone will stay up. We'll continue 4v4, 40 seconds on the clock. Now Draza's rotated over to help.
Shotzi's just waiting. Shotzi does not want to get bad timing. At least Draza finding the first blood. Doesn't spot Shotzi, so he's at least able to even up the numbers. 3v3, only 30 seconds.
Commitment not fully established over towards A, and I don't know if Kenny actually saw the rotation back from Sim. No, I don't believe he had. So the rotation
should have went DVD right there.
Sim turns that into a double. Can't quite get away with his life. 15 seconds on the clock for what would be a 1v3 for Bruce. On a 3-3 as well. Bomb will be collected. Draza taken down. 1v1, but Celium is so far away. Dashi does, I believe, just have enough time for this plant. Yes, just barely. Celium not able to find the exit.
Oh my God, this is a 1v1. I didn't think he had enough time, but the timing not going in Dashi's favor. He does it with the pistol, but Celium is ready with that MCW in hand. Clutches up.
Draza got kicked. Timeout. No, timeout.
Secures the round for Atlanta FaZe. What was almost a 1v3 from Dashi.
Yep.
Celia gets the better of him.
And throughout all of it, the drama of what's their next offensive attempt and a 3-man defensive stack here from Optic.
Draza getting that first kill, even though he finds the trade, you probably want to put that bomb down in that situation because it's a lot more difficult for Atlanta FaZe to break.
5 second timeout.
Try to successfully retake that site.
Yeah. So what next here for Optic setup? We've seen a lot of variety so far, and that's, I will say, just kind of thinking back to their match they played just a week ago, that it's already very different. It feels like the playbook has really been fleshed out a lot. The thing about it is, it's hard to plan against this Atlanta team because the individuals are not just incredible, but their ability to keep you guessing is also just as high. So here we go, right back into it. Not much of a delay, just another 3-2 as Atlanta start to get things going on their next offensive attempt, and a 3-man defensive stack here from Optic, looking to get aggressive again.
It's another different look. This time we're going to take DVD Alley in. Don't know if Simp's going to be able to read this.
Nice.
Fred finds
good, boys.
the first blood. That's now bombed down at DVD.
And this is all about just, can you find a quick recovery here from Atlanta, not just in the lives, but of course in particular to collect this bomb and get back onto your offensive ways. Nades and stuns from BZ over towards mid tank. Pred has backed out though, so he'll stay safe and we continue to 4v3.
And as long as you're Optic Texas, just not give up anything for free. Don't challenge any one-on-ones you don't have to. Just put yourself in a nice little angle, setting up crossfires, and that's exactly what Pred is doing. He hesitates 1 second up through that mid tank, and he might get a kill onto Draza.
This is all about isolating Shotzi at the moment. Atlanta just hard pressed to find him, and Shotzi just trying to wiggle away. He does at least extend his life long enough for a trade to come through. 3v2, bomb still down. A lot of pressure onto Atlanta to find a kill and still collect. Shots to Pred, decent, but not enough for a kill. Draza scouted, and that's enough damage for Pred to find the follow-up. Now, once again, down to Cell. This will be another 1v3. 15 seconds. Opts to not play for the bomb, instead wants the kills, and he gets crossed up. Optic with another round up for
Optic up 4-2.
Big game adjustments right now from Optic Tech. You could definitely tell. They went back and watched last week VOD and just said, if we throw so many different looks at them, they can't easily read us, and that's exactly what's been happening so far. Pred and Shotzi combine for the first blood in towards DVD. And then they just let that clock continue to wind down. You force Atlanta FaZe to make a play on their side, and just not enough time left. Selling him in the 1v3 eventually turns into a 1v2, but he just did not have the bomb. That's an easy round for Optic.
This gap has to be tightened up here for Atlanta. need to find some of that objective pressure here defensively as once more, here come Optic with numbers, but this time it's a BZ through mid. Quick hit up through P1. That's good for first blood. And now a very rare 4v3 for Atlanta.
And that's the first blood of the entire map for BZ. He's usually Mr. First Blood. Finally, he comes out on top in one engagement. Now in a 3v4, you have Shotzzy slowly working his way up through Broken. He is that bomb carrier, but you see the rest of Atlanta FaZe. They're not budging. They're waiting for the play to come in.
Shots come out. Draws has been seen. Do they expect the second contestant? Now they do, but it's too late. Simp over towards square. Good for the kill. Shotzzy drops the bomb now. Front side B tank. Defense still very comfortable in their setup at the moment in this 4v2.
Yeah, you don't have to move. You have everything cut off. All the crossfires being watched. In 4v2, we just have to trade. Early shots does get Draza to back down a little bit. At least the Kenny finding him, but Simp is there.
Let's go.
It's too strong of a defensive set right
Go
there.
Optic!
On the back of a BZ finding that first blood.
Yeah, and if you look back to the last Atlanta defense, the BZ made the same play, just didn't extend it through P1. This time he does, not having any contact.
Go
with the
Optic!
It works out beautifully for FaZe for a very, very quick opening first that really there was no chance to ever counter. So, can they turn it into 2 in a row to get this thing back to a level terms at 4 apiece? From Optic's defensive perspective, though, again, it's been, here's us all at once, here's none of us at all. It's just been a lot of this back and forth between tempo, fast and slow both.
Let's see how they make the adjustments to get in another defensive round. It's all out pressure in towards the cafe. Early shots from Kenny at least gains the information on where the pressure's coming in, but Shotzzy already finds himself in towards DVD. Can he find the timing on this pinch?
And how about this from FaZe? Quick plant coming through, and Optic is no wiser for this at all. Bomb planted, you can see every arrow on the minimap just immediately snaps over saying, uh-oh, we gotta go. Problem is, Celium's gonna be at an island, so you have to worry about that position.
Why does he do a throw right there?
You gotta move fast because you saw Dashy. He did pick the street thinking that Celium was gonna go for a late pitch, but it's Shotzzy with the movement to find the first blood. Only 2 players left on the site.
And here comes Cell for a long pinch as well. So for FaZe, it's all about just can you hold off this backside and push Cell, able to take down Ice Cream, and then a follow-up. Oh, the post-plant hold. It's beautiful from FaZe. Oh, it's a 4-for-1 exchange, and we will get leveled up at 4 apiece.
That was just a perfect blind counter right there from Atlanta FaZe. All out pressure up through B. Shotzzy usually plays around that broken area, or at least towards back tractor, but this time he takes DVD. They all walk right on by, and then when they put that bomb down, 100% success rate.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to try to retake it, and then when you have Celium working the super long flank to find 2 on the pinch, it's a greatly executed play right there from Atlanta, tied up at 4.
That's the thing about how Cell plays that island too. He could reinforce this by on the offensive side playing through B, or he just push right down A Street and have you kind of thinking that he's everywhere at all at once. Optic on this next offense, a key round for both sides, try to get to 5 first. And this is another different look coming out. FaZe kind of stacking over through DVD side, where the only intel that Optic are giving is, once again, we know that Dash is going to try to take this 1v1 versus Cell.
And all you have to do if you are up to Texas is to make sure anybody's watching over mid-tank, because now you have cafe control. You're in a position again where you have full A site. This time we have to just work that bomb plant. Shotzzy works his way out. They get the info onto Simp towards the middle of the tank, but Trophy System is going to keep him alive for now.
Kenny and Draza also near one another. Both will back away. Bomb being planted. Shotzzy this time does get it down, even though BZ gets first blood. Trade comes out. Simp has someone in his sights, and that'll be enough for Atlanta to take a 3-for-1 exchange. Simp with the final kill. Has Atlanta now on 3 rounds in a row and on match point.
Just comes down to position right there of Simp. Like, you get the bomb down for free. Shotzzy's instantly taken down, but you're not expecting a second player to be aggressive with that rival 9 through mid-tank. Finds 3 on the round. Atlanta FaZe just knows something a little bit different when it comes to closing out these search and destroys. 3 rounds in a row, now put them at game point.
Just their retake percentage is so unbelievable. I mean, for a team that finds as many first bloods as they do, they're not often required to get retakes, but even in situations of even numbers, 3v3s, 2v2s, they're so good at playing around the objective. So now it's on to Optic. Can you find a way to get this thing to around 11? Not really any individual that you're looking at. Everyone's played well to this point. It just comes down to the mind games that are starting to develop in this game of chess between Optic and Atlanta.
This time for Optic Texas, their setup is going to be a 2-2 split. Kenny towards the backside of the tractor, but Shotzzy now information gain. He slides to Broken. With that smoke, he's able to get out with his life. Big play coming in out of Shotzi, but Draza finds the first blood on the Kenny.
And they know that Shotzi's only position could be tight up against this B site, so he needs help. Pred's rotated over. Abizi on the hunt. Shotzi trying to make something happen, but that's a square peg meeting a round hole. So Pred steps forward. Atlanta not committing to this play yet, and the longer this takes, the more that there's silence across the map, the more that OPTIC starts to doubt that this is a play towards B.
Yeah, you see Dashy already rotating back over towards the A Street, but now Pred spots a couple players crossing in front of him.
You're in a
Dashy
bad
coming at
spot.
me. Everyone from Atlanta FaZe is on this side of the map, and Simp takes down Pred.
GG's.
The Batman, 1v4.
Good luck, have fun. Smoke covers the cross, so he's got to do this through the ice cream door. Pops everything, the bomb getting planted, so Dashy only finds a single kill.
Oh, OPTIC choked that match, man. OPTIC choked.
Oh man,
OPTIC
Lot
choked.
of versatility, but FaZe not fooled, throws it right back in their face.
That's what makes them the best search and destroy team that we have in the game.
Agreed.
The way that they are able to make those mid-game adjustments, those mid-round adjustments. Player on Atlanta FaZe get a kill, and they stay alive for an extra 5 seconds.
Yeah.
On a map like High Rise, that can come back to bite you because you have to come on spawn, check every single corner, and they make it difficult. So I think if you are OPTIC Texas, it's simply about the slaying. You have to slay with Atlanta on this map.
Confirm kills, especially when you find
Here we go, map 3, map 3.
because that has been statistically their worst side, and wouldn't you know it, that's the side that they will spawn up on. FaZe focused over towards hitting in the underground, and with that OPTIC just trying to take long-range battles, which Draza starts us off with first blood.
Big first kill to take down Kenny. Now you have the opportunity to go over towards that A side, but it's still a great trade going down towards the middle of the map. OPTIC find 3. Last player up is going to be Simp. You get the stun in, but you don't win the gunny. The trade is going to be there. So OPTIC holds strong in their first line of defense.
Look at the positioning. Well, initially from Shotzi, he was all the way up towards the top side of Atlanta spawns, forcing FaZe off spawn to try to reconsider how they want to try to break out B from the front. Unfortunate team nade coming out, leaves Pred by himself. Dashy, that was a critical mistake. Draza gets 2, Celium follows up, and now FaZe on with 3 members at B.
That's 3 members on with a clean 4 dead. So now OPTIC are in a situation where you have to work your way out of the spawn. You have to check every corner, and Abizi is cutting you down. That's another 4 dead. It had to be in the sling, and already off to a bad start. Atlanta up by 6 live. That's already be done and dusted. We're already working on it.
Now Abizi can just be frustrating. Just kind of keep finessing your life for as long as possible. Quick trade comes out. First tick of progress, though, is locked for Atlanta. Follow-up elimination.
Oh my God.
It's absolutely perfect from FaZe. Now again, a 3-man stack comes through. Second tick gonna get locked. OPTIC need to find the kills. They need to find a way to go, and they aren't able to do so. A lightning fast offense.
That might be the fastest offense we're going to see all year long.
I like that call.
We're talking about multiple 4 deads at the right time. That round ended 22 to 14 in lives remaining, and even with them extending that time over towards B, there was still 1 minute and 57 seconds left on the game clock. Picture perfect round right there from Atlanta.
Wow. Talk about just an absolute complete blowout in the first round. And that's going to bring back, I think, a little bit of PTSD for OPTIC fans from the last time they played, because it was a 3-0 when they played this match when they had it online.
But I know that attacking round wasn't that damn fast.
No, it wasn't. No.
That's scary if Atlanta FaZe come out swinging like that, because Draza starts it off. Pretty sure he earns himself a cruise missile potentially as well, but
Yeah, 7-1.
if you are OPTIC, you just got to forget about that round. That one did not happen. We're basically spawning in the first round on the attack.
Yeah, exactly. Down 1-0.
Yeah.
It's not good any way you slice it. Small timeout here as it looks like possible situation has quickly been resolved. Jump right back into the mix here again, and it almost puts you in a position where OPTIC are suddenly just kind of completely slingshotted back into this map, saying we can kind of do the exact same thing that Atlanta just did to us if we want to have a chance.
And the good thing for them is that they're also one of the top teams that we have on the attacking side, and they get it done through the slaying. So just watch Atlanta FaZe do it to you. Can you mimic exactly what they just did? Abizi with the first blood on to Kenny, already taking bottom blue control. OPTIC have full B side.
Yeah, this is all about Elevator Alley here from Texas. Couple of long-range shots do land, though, so OPTIC get to stall the clock at 1:12 and focus over towards B. Help is on the way.
Needs one more for a cruise.
Able to be the last one still over, holding on to this contest time. Draza steps in, but does get traded out. 2 for 1 goes the exchange, but Simp is again playing this from the backside of the map, finding eliminations and making sure OPTIC cannot stack.
And that's already the first segment complete, but Draza does take down Kenny off that positioning. So now the rest of OPTIC coming off spawn. Have to try to pause this game clock. Next person up is going to be Dashy. He's already in towards B. He finds the first. Big stun to slow down Simp because he was trying to go for that trade, and now OPTIC Optic are maintaining map control, exactly what you need to do.
Oh, and Pred getting a second through mid-map is huge. Dashing with a little bit more cushion to kind of play his life over towards B, while Optic are simultaneously making a little bit of work. Oh! On the A side, and how about Pred? He gets 7 in a row, eventually taken out by an explosion, but it doesn't make much of a difference because Optic are still capturing on both zones.
They're still capturing B, and they have a player on A. All of Atlanta FaZe stuck in the back of their base. B is now done and dusted. We're halfway to completing the second segment at A as well. That's already 2 dead in the feed. We asked for a response, and Optic are giving it. 1 segment left until they take this attack.
Did not see this map going this way, but boy, are we here for it. Wow. You are not going to see a better set of back-to-back offensive rounds, and wouldn't you know it, we're getting it on land between 2 of our top squads.
2 of the best attacking teams that we have on this map, and they show it in back-to-back rounds. All segments complete, so they're all squared up at 6. But that's a great response right there from Optic to put the momentum back on their side. Crucial plays coming in from Pred. He earns himself a cruise missile, sitting at 11-6 so far.
Draza, keep in mind, also earned one of his own. So we've got equal cruises earned on both sides. Are we going to see any defense? That's the real question here. Different opening route for Atlanta. Not opting to go through underground this time. It's all through elevator alley. First shot's good from Pred. Shotzi, I believe, has been seen top propane, but no one for FaZe could do anything about it yet.
Well, they can't get out. They can't find any kills. Last player up.
Come on, Optic.
Draza, he sniffed out. Great read right there by Dashy. Now you're forced to hit the reset button. Everyone has to work their way out through the right side. Blue is that positioning right now from Optic Texas. You have elevator shot.
Shotzi trying to get forward, does get pushed aside, so Atlanta not in the spawn trap as of yet, but the clock continues to fade away. 50 seconds to go. Couple of kills keep Atlanta tight in the lives, but again, not a lot of progress to be spoken of when it comes to either of these 2 zones. Route here from Sympho does get over towards A, so clock stops at 41 seconds, and FaZe will have a chance to kind of, again, do what Optic did, get players on both zones.
Oh, and they find 3 kills in the feed. Last player up is going to be Draza. You have to hop off that point. You have to help your teammates get out of the base, and with only 30 seconds left, they try to commit towards both points. They find the initial 2 fights, but now it's Pred's turn. Takes one down from the top, and now it's only him. Everyone else from his team are going to be all spawn, but he's not slowing down. He's unbelievable. 15-8. He continues to fry.
And the last 2 members for FaZe were seen on this crossover towards B. Shotzi jumps into contest, but can't lock the shots down on towards Sip. Pred also not in a position to follow up to confirm the kill off the damage. So B gets the first tick of progress done. Draza, a little bit of assistance from Sip. Also wins mid-map, and again, here come FaZe with the stack. Second tick in, third one looking likely as well.
Yeah, now Optic are forced to give up that B point. Actually, Pred is going to invest that cruise missile. All the trophy's going to be down. They already captured it. Can he find a kill? Yes, he does. It's a big kill for at least to allow his teammates to get out of the base, and that leads to them finding 3 kills. Just have to locate where Draza is as he's trying to play his life until his teammates get out.
Completely squanders the ability to transition, though, if you're FaZe. Refighting this back out of spawn. Shotzi cleans things up, finally, with the remaining FaZe offensive players towards the B zone. Same foot. Dashy, other side of the map, getting forward. So now you've got Optic looking into the spawn windows of Atlanta.
This is perfect. You're past that 50-yard line. Can you hold them for a long time, though? Dashy drops across the map. You do get that close spawn towards the back end, but Shotzi, even with the AR, he makes it look easy. 45 seconds remaining on the game clock. Unfortunate teammate again by Dashy onto Pred, but they're still holding strong. Atlanta FaZe only have 1 person on it.
And this could also come down to lives. They've got a 10 playing up against 9, but Simps double, again, continues to allow Atlanta now push a little bit further forward towards the defensive spot. Mantles over the top of the windows. Pistol in hand, gets to 4 in a row. Still on the zone is Cell. First tick of progress going to get locked, and Optic have to take the scenic route, and it's not very good to look at. 8 plays 4. Second tick of progress looking good, but Pred clears his own clock now, looking to tick again.
Oh, Pred was the only guy out. He takes him off of that point, and then it eventually leads to the rest of Optic having the ability to get out of the base, but now they have no more respawns. It has to be picture perfect, but all the kills in the feed are going to Atlanta FaZe. It all comes down to Dashy. 1v4, he gets taken down. And Atlanta FaZe don't get it done in the segments. They complete 5, but they take another attack.
And a big decision there for FaZe to not necessarily to stack on towards A. Let's keep Optic spawning so far away that their only choice is to have to re-wrap this through the B zone. Beautiful split-second decision from FaZe allows this to stay all offense. I mean, based on how these 2 teams played it the last time, it's kind of how we've generally seen this map go. I didn't have on my bingo card 3 straight attacking rounds going the way of either of these 2 teams.
No, I definitely didn't have it either. But now it needs to be 4 if you want to try to force that round number 5. If Optic Texas complete all segments, they will have defense just in case, but they have to win this attacking first. Sim starts it off. Great B-side control. Making sure no one's going to be able to sneak up. As you see the route from Fred, he's slowly working his way up that A side, and Shotzi with the beamer.
Yeah, good shots from Shotzi. Keeps FaZe focused on this B zone, and now Fred can make his move. Only able to take down 1, but could sneak over towards the defensive windows again. So clock stalls at a minute 8. Optic reinforcing. The only real play here for FaZe is try to hit this from the backside. It's kind of a 2v2 on different fronts.
And just trying to keep him trapped. See Fred, he's being such a nuisance, not trying to let anyone out. Takes down a Beezy. Now it's time to jump into the spawn. What else can you get done? Not taking down Celium. It's not going to help, but Dashy is going to be there for the trade. Second segment already complete.
Now the focus has to go back over towards Simp. He's over on the offensive side, eventually traded by Kenny. Look at the life count, 21 playing 23. We've got 60 seconds on the clock. But for Optic, you've got to find a way to finish off this B zone, extend the round, and hopefully still see around 5. Otherwise, FaZe take a crucial map winner. Over towards B we look, and as Shotzi was trying to get on, he gets taken out of the picture, and FaZe start to dominate in the kill feed.
That's already 3 dead, so now Optic forced to hit the reset button. Fred does take down Draza. He's the only man out, but how much longer can they be held in the back of the spawn? It's only 35 seconds left. You need 1 segment over towards B, but Celium in the perfect positioning. Earns himself a cruise missile. Only 30 seconds left. Optic have to get a move on it.
Dashy tries to move over towards the 8 barrels, pushed off by Celium now on 7 in a row. Shotzi, good damage comes through for a double, and that will be enough for Optic to actually take those kills, rotate back towards B. 2 members on, that'll be good for the extra 60 seconds, and keep your eye on Shotzi. He's making a round happen. Celium calling it the cruise missile, should scout this out. Just comes down to can they survive through the cruise.
Time is now extended. Shotzi does fall. It leads to Sip and the BZ finding 2, make it all 4 dead in the feed. The cruise missile doesn't get anything, but it gains the information to allow the teammates to push out. Now Optic only have a minute. Down by 4 lives. Have to work their way out of the base.
Have to find something clean as well. Only 10 lives remaining is not what you'd like to fully capture an A zone. Shotzi just reading intel on every single member of FaZe through the back. Gets a lot of Simp, but not enough of them as Abizi on the other side of the map takes down 2 Optic offensive players. Not looking good here for Texas. They need something and they need it quick.
Yeah, this is not good, man. Shotzi's just trying to wait for his teammates to find a couple kills, but they have not been able to find any. Only 5 lives, make it 4 remaining. This might be it if Optic Texas don't make it happen.
Kenny and Shotzi do extend an opportunity, but it's a 10v3. Not looking good here. It's been all offense at this point, but FaZe defensively have stepped up when it matters most. Shotzi on the zone. Here comes the final cruise out of Draza. That will land and the whole map explodes. 8v1. Fred last one left alive. And here comes
that is
the
GG.
FaZe. It's from all fronts at the same time. And Atlanta cleaned things up.
That's crazy.
Kills per 10 minutes.
We have map
the damage
4.
numbers are off the charts.
FaZe
So,
adopted.
again, a lot of shutdown would have to happen here. I think a lot of the focus comes down to what do we get out of Shotzi. But
Map
let's
4.
look on it. It's Optic Texas, Atlanta FaZe, map number 4. Texas into the back 2 maps. Otherwise, Atlanta will continue to hold the edge over Optic on the season to this point.
Yeah, and Optic with their back against the wall. They're going to need the green wall behind them in this map number 4. Trades are abound. In towards the cafe. Back and forth we go, but it's Dashy that comes out on top of the engagements. Optic in early control.
Draza from behind, able to take down Kenny. Does not expect Dashy initially. And whoa, got a lot of them, but not able to confirm the kill. So Optic off their second spawns, right back into the hard point and right back into earning some early.
You can already see what Abizi's doing. He's thinking about that next hill. He's 35 seconds at that next HP. They're deciding to give up all of this time to Optic Texas. And they have no problem taking it all. Just now, you have to make up for it if you are Atlanta FaZe. Abizi in the crucial position. He's going to let one run on by, but now his positioning is known. Basically a full 40 seconds off P1 to start off for Optic.
Spawns have not moved after they were initially flipped, so FaZe once again able to get themselves in towards construction early. And every kill from Draza is an important one for FaZe.
Yeah.
Look at this, is already done. Optic spawns back over towards Palace. You've got 2 members for Atlanta in the middle of the map, and Texas are sitting here saying, well, where are they going to come from first?
And now you have Fred and Shotzi who are slowing down. They do not want to spawn all out towards the backside of Palace, so you want to take your time, find a couple kills on the pitch, but Sip does come out on top in the engagements, and the spawns do flip. Actually, they're adjacent to each other. Everyone's spawning right next to each other, but at least Optic are the team in the time.
Little Congo line out of Palace. Pred in the hard point, going to get reinforces. Dashy steps forward to assist. FaZe still trying to, again, hit this for what is a lot of time, to be fair. 23 seconds still remaining, but kills continue to come through for OPTIC. FaZe trying to pinch this up from the backside. It's all about not only just winning the kills on the exit, but can they get some success reflipping spawns?
And Pred already earns himself a cruise missile. Now OPTIC do a great job at that P2. How long can you try to trap him in towards the back end? They don't find a single kill, and now the spawns flip. The sole man is going to be Kenny. He only takes down one, but Atlanta needed the break out of that back palace spawn, and they get it done at the right time to win that rotation towards next.
Helps them from keeping this map at least inside of your grip. It doesn't get ugly too quick. And how about this from FaZe? Aggression on all fronts. Dashy, great read. That's an important 2 kills. Texas can fly. They can just run right in towards bus station. Draza, rather, pardon me, not able to fully confirm the kill from the front, but still able to tally 1. Turns back to the hard point for a second. Not quite able to get all 3. But still, with that, OPTIC will break. FaZe still looking to get their way back in with 30 seconds remaining.
Oh, and FaZe is definitely going to be disappointed about that one. You have players spawning across the map, set up for some easy pinches, but OPTIC read the play. They find the break with the numbers at the bat from hell, and now it's all about the rotation over towards next. Atlanta FaZe already have 2 players in that positioning, but they're not going to send anyone towards that junk side. The rest of OPTIC slowly working because they don't have palace control. They know that. We need to try to fight for this treehouse side, and Simp is ready for the jumper from Shotzi to start it off with this initial time.
Help on the backside, though. Draza gets involved, keeps this OPTIC hit from really amassing too much. Pred up top at Broken. Able to at least see where Sim's position is, but it's more about the focus with the, I'll say BZ initially, but Draza able to once again
start slow. It's not good.
Plaza come out for OPTIC, but the focus for Atlanta is all about can they just soak every second here at 4.
And you have to make that decision now. You don't have Palace anymore, and if you are OPTIC Texas, you will take it. We can give up this 40 seconds. You're probably going to take a little lead, but we have the ability to get a full 60. You just have to win a couple gunfights, because if you lose these fights, then you start spawning across the map. Next line of defense is Shotzi, and depending on how far pushed up, Draza gets up on the map. He potentially spawns across. No, he's going to spawn with his team. So no more pushing towards that old hill. OPTIC got to set up perfectly here.
Oh,
what makes Arcade tight is they have all these
bullshit
sounds for space. You know, it's just a bunch of cool sounds.
Big shutdown onto Draza that completely eliminates one side of the map for Atlanta's hit. But the bigger news here for FaZe is the fact that they've got a little bit of room to work with over towards street side, and they've brought this game back to level footing. Just down to can they actually break. The thing about it is OPTIC is one of the best teams holding on this map in the game, and you're going to see it really come to light here if they continue to find kills in front of 5.
Yeah, this has to be a good hold, though. Kenny, unfortunately, does get pushed out by Draza, so now you have a couple players already underneath. Got to try to sniff out where Draza is, but they're cutting off the rest. Draza sneaks on by, but he's the only one. A big one-on-one from Ped. Can he win it? No, he cannot. Draza makes the play, but the trade is there. OPTIC right back in.
Yeah, Shotzi Kenny saved the day for what looked to be an inevitable break for FaZe. Still 35 seconds remaining. Zelium already crossing over, finds himself elimination into Kenny, but the trade is swift, and with that OPTIC locking in the back 30 for a guarantee.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. No more pushing if you are Atlanta FaZe. Don't want to flip those spawns because you already have a couple players out from OPTIC Texas, and you actually do get a close spawn for Pred over towards the treehouse. So can they get anything done from this positioning? Kenny does get taken down, but now it's on Pred. He finds one. You just got to play your life now.
Just be a nuisance. Just sit around the backside. Keep Atlanta really having to focus on everything all at once all the time. Pred, though, is seen trying to make a move around the backside.
Why did he jump out like that?
Draws it with the elimination. Still holds on towards mid-tank. OPTIC giving him a lot of damage and eventually take him out of the picture. Hardpoint just opens. 140 playing 96, and OPTIC have numbers for their break.
Here we go. Everyone's trying to find their way in. BZ starts it off with the first kill. You try to work through that B Street alley as well, but Atlanta have everything cut off. Already 3 dead in the feed. Farthest play push up is going to be Shotzi. He does take down one, but you can't challenge 3 players by yourself. You got to let those reinforcements come in.
OPTIC still trying to get this done from every point of ingress, and a 2-for-2 exchange starts to come through. Texas now into the hard point. Draza wanted to battle this one back, but Pred shuts him down. Follow up from Sim, able to take down one. Pistol now back over to the MCW. Tough gunfight. Kenny holds the front door. This is key time for both teams. Final 1v1 for the scrap. Cell, he will be stunned. Nade won't fully damage. Over the top shots, he still puts him down, and OPTIC on rotation.
That's perfect. That's a perfect play right there from OPTIC Texas, because if you've killed them all at the right time, and once that hill pops, they can potentially start spawning behind you. But you see Dashy in a crucial position. He just wants to stay pushed out towards treehouse. Doesn't want to allow his teammates to continuously spawn towards the backside of Palace, but this is the time to invest the cruise missile. Information now gained. How do they attempt to break?
Trophy system does its job. Kenny stays alive. Shotzi deep on the cross. Also make sure that no one from FaZe can contest Kenny in this tight corner. Good follow-ups coming out. Draza able to tally one. Oh, and then over the top of the tank takes care of Kenny. OPTIC still spawning close. A chance to jump right back into the hill. 30 seconds to fight for.
Atlanta FaZe, they're in a decision now where you have to either apply the pressure or set up that rotation towards next, because OPTIC looking like they're going to be very difficult to take out of this HP. Shotzi with the movement finds one. Pred finds a second, and you already have a player in Dashy slowly working his way on out. All of this time goes to OPTIC Texas. They blew this game wide open.
Atlanta has to be perfect here, and they also have to rotate perfectly just to give themselves a chance to get back into this game. Draza on the old time, trying to make himself just as untradeable as possible, and Texas are actually spending a lot of resources to work through this street. They eventually get a couple of kills, but FaZe spawning close will have the setup they want for Bus.
And this is the break that led to OPTIC Texas growing the lead the way that they did. They can get another one in towards the bathroom, even better. You get the cruise missile, you find the first blood. Now you know exactly where you need to apply this pressure in. Two players through the back, one through the front. Can you win the gunfight? No, Sid takes down one, but it's OPTIC Texas with the numbers.
First two kills are decent. Sid shuts it down, and with Abizi with him, a prime time to see if FaZe can hold this up as the kills come out. We'll jump over to an Atlanta FaZe. Listen in.
AJ, front.
Side across, side across.
I'm trying. AJ, done.
Go behind me, I'll do. Or Shotzi on there. Hurt. It's not DVD. Hurt. They're in new, okay?
Shot picture dark, okay.
Yeah. I can finish dark first. Take one shot.
I think I got through.
On new.
Take that.
Standing on the door, on the top part.
Naded it new.
I don't see back alley. Back alley on top. One shot. I'm taking this one. Hey, I'm one shot. Hey, on top. My shot.
Please start, Brandon.
Brandon's
Hold that weapon, I think, start.
Yeah, listen, hold your top blue.
One more time,
Hey, one's behind us. Top blue, look your above, look your above.
One shot, your white van. Kenny's out too. He's mid.
White man, his balcon. Back off, kill me. I flipped.
He's on top.
He's on the backside, he's in the kitchen.
It's getting mixy, friends. Couple of kills for OPTIC. Allow them a chance to find extra time over towards the old hard point, but the whole focus of who wins this map comes down to what's happening right here at Palace.
This is exactly what we saw last week on the online qualifier match, just getting mixy in towards the Palace. It all is going to come down to who can set up properly, who can find these final couple of kills and put their team on a preferred side. Simp finds another. Now it's all on to Pred. He snuck his way through back Palace. Can he get it done?
Shots going over to the top side. Dashy taken out, but enough damage to give Pred an easy kill. He has to stay alive. Atlanta still also kind of in a conga mindset as well. Pred for 3. Help has now arrived. 221, 205. Atlanta still in the hard point, but they're lacking on numbers. Pred's trying to find this last player on the inside, but Sim's pre-fire perfect. Kenny with the trade. We're still going 50-50 on the backside of the hill.
It's an all-out mix in towards the backside of the Palace. Whoever wins this next set of fights is going to get it done. It's all out trades as well, but now it's only Shotzi in towards the HP. Everyone else on the side of Atlanta FaZe are there, but they can no longer win it on this hard point. If you are OPTIC Texas, you are forced to make a decision. Do we continue to apply pressure?
Chalk it up, set up for P1.
In favor of Atlanta FaZe, you are forced to now chalk it up. It has to be a P1 victory.
Oh, look at the aggressive positioning though from Shotzi. He could still try to hit this, get extra timer.
It's a 1v1.
It's a 1v1 on the old time, but the pistol doesn't work out. So now we got a 3v3 over at new. Just call it what it is. Tie game. Atlanta on rotation, finding kills, but it's a pinstripe kill feed before the hard point opens.
And they're winning the trade fights. Only 10 seconds left. Can they come out on top? OPTIC are currently in it. It has to be perfect from this point on.
Atlanta spawning all over the map. 239, 239. FaZe with a couple of key eliminations. Here comes Celium from the front. Kenny!
That's game. That's game.
Question.
Map 5.
Would you build a website for a major brand with more than 200 million?
Feed before the hard point opens.
And they're winning the trade fights. Only 10 seconds left. Can they come out on top? OPTIC are currently in it. It has to be perfect from this point on.
Atlanta spawning all over the map. 239, 239. FaZe with a couple of key eliminations. Here comes Celium from the front. Kenny!
So 4. That's game. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Going to map 5. Map 5.
Now they're facing facing
Game
off
5.
to make it to a top 3.
Sail has a 1.82.
At all.
SCD, bro. That's insane.
We want to zoom out a little
That
bit
is
on
insane.
We've got decades of history between these two organizations, but a
Come on, Optic.
1.82 KD for Celium continues just to blow everyone else out of the water. Okay, so back into the restart. We saw off the break-off last time around, Optic stayed very passive, looking for defensive information first, and it looks like they're kind of doing the exact same thing here once again.
Yeah, not Abizi though. Abizi's not going to that blue corner to get first blooded. They're gonna play it nice and slow on the backside of that top catwalk. But Optic Texas with no trophy systems, you don't want to get pre-nated. You want to play the back of your spawn. Just try to get a read of what Atlanta are doing.
And it looked like Kenny did actually scout Cell over towards those right windows, prospectively for Optic. So if he gets the call saying, hey, if Cell's playing on an island, this very well may be kind of a show that Atlanta are looking to go to A.
And Simp was the bomb carrier as well. He actually drops the bomb. He said, I'm going to take mid-map control. And he's slowly working his way up through middle. Are Optic going to be prepared for it? No, at least it's Simp finding the first blood.
What a commitment from Simp. Beasley now pushing forward to join him. Bomb collected on the way over. 4v2 situation. Dashing a couple of shots into Simp, but still just such a tough gunfight to take. And Simp now looking for the ace. Shotzzy gets a look at him. Topside heli. Simp able to find the intel and a lot of damage. Can't confirm the kill, and eventually an explosion does take him out of the picture. A flawless round for Atlanta.
That's
crazy.
why Simp is one of the goats of Call of Duty. We now have that feature where you're able to drop that bomb, and he realizes, I'm gaining all this information through the middle of the map. No one is watching over this lane. He drops the bomb on the backside of the steps, works right up the middle, finds the first kill, finds the second, and then also finds the third. Almost earns the ace, but Ravenine isn't that good from distance. Atlanta FaZe dominant in their first attack.
This very well may be a search and destroy that is determined by who finds the most amount of success offensively.
Yeah.
Just due to the statistics, we're already kind
Come
of
on,
laying
Optic.
out. Optic has been great with first bloods on this side of the bomb. 2-2 split. Pred looking to get aggressive through the A side of the map, just over towards his heli stairs. Nades tag Simp, so he's stuck in the elevator at the moment.
And whenever you throw nades over this right street, you're thinking back propane. You're probably not thinking inside the elevator. So Simp is in a crucial position. He has Draza watching over him. Gets some bad timing, but
The legal
Dude, these
cannabis
fucking ads
industry
can
has
fuck
surpassed
off,
$36
bro.
billion
Fuck off.
to grow. It needs people.
he's something.
On this side of the bomb. 2-2 split. Pred looking to get aggressive through the A side of the map, just over towards his heli stairs. Nades tag Simp, so he's stuck in the elevator at the moment.
And whenever you throw nades over this right street, you're thinking back propane. You're probably not thinking inside the elevator. So Simp is in a crucial position. He has Draza watching over him. Gets some bad timing, but at least something blows up onto someone. Dashy's a little hurt.
Everything takes a pause, under 60 seconds to play. Dashy taking extra steps forward, and now you look to Simp. Do they know that he's still stuck in this position? Or is he even stuck in this position? Shotzzy first, couple of shots good. Simp now known. Pred over the middle, cannot find the elimination. Doesn't get baited by the smoke, but he can also see that there's no exit here, so they should know that Simp's still in position, but it doesn't make a difference. Oh, it's filthy. Dashy for the trade, bomb down, 35 to go.
It's a big kill to take down Simp. No cruise missile is going to be earned, but look at the players from Atlanta FaZe double committing on the deep flank. Right behind Kenny. He's not going to have an idea, but the bomb does go down. 1v2 left up to Kenny.
First
shot
shots
him.
don't land though. So now with Celium and Draza at range, looking to double up and take Kenny off this hop heli position. 30 seconds for the defuse. Cell tagged up but staying alive. Nade is still here. This is going to be cooked up. There's no trophy systems on the zone. That's enough for damage to be confirmed. Kenny has to check this. No one's on. Everything resets. Now the next hit, not gonna work out. Draza and Celium push the envelope, and that's enough for the kill and 2 straight rounds for Atlanta.
That's just another round from Simp. Right off the rip, he gets naded on that B street. He's tucked
Come on,
in towards
Optic.
the elevator, but you get Draza to put down a couple shots. You get them to overextend in towards the site. Simp finds the first and then finds that second onto Pred before he is traded. Once he's finding all those kills, you know that Optic have to put a lot of focus on that side of the map, and that's what opens up that deep pinch from Atlanta FaZe. 2-man, 2v2, you take the guy off site, and he just slowly work to find that kill onto Kenny. 2 rounds in a row now for Atlanta.
And a lot of it coming from Simp's hand.
Yeah.
5-in-1 start for him. That is a problem that Optic will need to
5-1, Kenny has a donut, Pred has a donut,
Do not want to go down
Beezy has a
0-3.
donut.
An important round
Come on,
here
boys.
for Texas fans trying to get themselves on the board. Offensively, Atlanta looking to go with a little bit more pace and tempo, and this is heading over towards the underground with an idea that this could still be a stretch play towards B with the amount of AR support behind it.
We're just a corner away from a potential fight between Shotzzy and Simp. as he's going back and forth, but Draza now gains that information. Him and Simp gonna try to team up to take down Shotzi, but holding the nade, Shotzi's able to catch him. First blood Optic.
Good push forward for Draza, confirms the trade. He's also on 3 in a row. BZ collecting the bomb. 3v3. Still a lot of mystery, though, to what the Texas setup looks like until Dashy drops to the AR of Celium. Now Kenny has to find 2, but only collects the first. Pred left alive in a 1v2.
If you're Pred, you're in the perfect position to watch both sides. Not going to be able to sneak a bomb. You know Atlanta FaZe are going to wait. Try to see if he tries to be the aggressor. It's already 15 seconds knocked off the game clock. He's trying to realize, like, Pred is coming from somewhere.
Yep. But little did they know, Pred's not coming from anywhere. He's just still tucked in a corner. But the longer this is taken to develop, the more it's taken away Pred's ability to check over towards A, under threat of what could still be coming through elevator side. So now the plant's starting to come through. Get down, Mr. President. Celium's watching over a BZ. Bomb will get planted. Dead silence pop, and the 1v2 continues.
In the 1v2, Pred's gonna revamp his base, and I don't know if Atlanta FaZe is gonna put themselves in a position to at least read it. Potentially find the first kill onto a BZ. No, he does not. Too easy for a BZ. Secures the one-on-one. That's 3 rounds in a row for Atlanta FaZe.
And it's just the way that FaZe creates so much gosh darn doubt. You get 2 kills over towards Heli's side. Pred says, I've still got the ability to make sure there's no quick plant, but what, 30 seconds goes by and Atlanta doesn't make a whisper across the map. Pred has to be so worried about everything that eventually the play towards A does not fully get checked. So 3-0 the count. And now again, we're still looking for first bloods to come through and find success. Optic have 2 first kills, but no rounds to follow up with that.
Yeah, you gotta start leading the W's when you're getting that first kill. Now they're on the attack. You cannot go down 4-0. You need to have a response here.
How's that stun hit him?
Gets the info in towards bottom blue. Oh, actually, Propane blows up a BZ. Man advantage in favor of Optic.
Shotzi in trouble, but there is no follow-up. Actually, it's Pred who forces the engagement, and that will still stay numbers with Optic as Dashy and Kenny will combine for some team shots on to Draza. Now Cell, once again, left in 1v3. Good shots to Dashy, but such a tough angle, and Optic Texas get on the board.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get the first play, you don't lead to wins. This time a BZ takes care of himself, and that leads to a W. You know that he's one of the aggressors on the map, and right there in that final gunfight, Pred gives the info to Dashy. He's able to prone towards the top of the Propane, find that kill, and finally Optic have a round on the board. And attack at that, but now they need to have a response on defense.
They've been good at finding first kills again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just to re-hit it, just have to turn that into successful plays, because like we mentioned in map number 2, Atlanta's ability to play off the objective is rivaled by nearly no one in the league at the moment. Nades over the top of Heli. Lots of early focus for Atlanta over towards the front side at A. It's matched, though, by Optic. Everything stays neutral. Look at the aggressive route being hit by Pred.
This is the pace change right here for Optic Texas. You already have Pred behind enemy lines. He has no dead silence. Has not yet been earned. But he should find a freebie onto Celium. The first blood goes to the Predator. Time to get out with your life. Be a nuisance as long as you can.
Really smart heads-up play here from Pred, just to not stay where he was and just help the defense out where it matters most, right from the front doors. And you can see, I mean, the bomb for Simp, he's like, I got to make sure office is completely clear. You don't want to give up mid-map, though. So, I mean, it just feels so desperate already because of that first blood.
Yeah, just in a situation where we have to play for Pred. We can't allow the timing of us not watching our pitch and him making a play happen.
Well
and that's exactly what it is. Finds that kill onto Simp. It's now all left up to a BZ and Draza, but a BZ still has one in front of him.
Whoa, nice shots out of a BZ.
Insane
From a 3v2
shots.
to a 2v2. Bomb collected, or at least it should be by a BZ. Draza working on the opposite side of the map. Could he find anyone by surprise? Top Heli. He's got Kenny just behind the tail of the Heli. So now it's just down to Dashy for the 1v2. Has a BZ right under his nose, looking for Draza to confirm. First battle goes the way of Dashy. 1v1. It's got to go by way of the kill. There's not enough time to collect and get the plant. So here comes Draza. Not able to expect.
Nice. Ooh.
1v2 clutch for Bruce.
That's just a perfect read right there from Dashy. Only 13 seconds remaining on that game clock. He wins the one-on-one versus the BZ, and then Draza knows that bomb is going to be down towards the back right window. I do not have enough time to commit towards the bomb plant. But no sweat off the brow for Mr. Brucey. He's been in that situation multiple times. He comes out on top again. 2 rounds in a row for Optic.
And the energy in the building has been reset. Can it be a 3 in a row on the other side here for Texas? Back to the offense they go. And think of the mind games after Pred's first blood came through the last round underneath, but this time it's just straight bull rush in towards A, and Pred will be taken down by Abizi's explosion. Opening first blood goes the way of FaZe.
Big first kill from Abizi. Knew that Pred was applying pressure through bottom blue. That propane has a really big blast radius. So it gets the first kill, but now you have Shotzzy to position. Time after time again in a playmaker spot with that smoke in hand behind enemy lines.
This is bold with the bomb.
Yeah.
But Cell again. I mean, at this point, he's got to start getting frustrated. Like, dude, are they just always going to be in the back line? What the hell gives? So now from a 3v2, we start to work forward for maybe even a plant. Kenny seen down low with Simp, able to find the trade, but the bomb's going to get planted. Shotzzy now for a 1v2. He does get away, smokes himself out, but oh boy, this is, wow, okay. This is bold as well.
Okay, Shotzzy trying to make it happen with the movement. It's going to be very difficult for Atlanta FaZe to read this positioning, but I think Simp was able to spot him just now. So now positioning known with only 25 seconds left. Shotzzy has to make it happen.
Glass broken. Shotzzy getting the sound cue from that. Here's the check from the front. Oh my goodness. Now to the 1v1. Tries to go prone, but Simp quick to follow up. Make sure there is no finesse, no exit. And that's the streak broken. FaZe up to a 4-2 tally.
It's just that split second of timing right there. That split second. If Shotzzy to that back window,
come on, Shotzzy.
Probably still in this.
He should have stayed down there a little bit longer. Probably 5 more seconds.
Once you sniff him out, first person gets a one-shot. Simp instantly there for the trade. Atlanta FaZe able to stop the bleeding. Now up 4-2. Clutch up on the defensive end. It was all in the back of another first blood of Abizi.
And how much do these last 2 rounds start to affect Celium's positioning? With him being caught by surprise twice in a row, does he try to get maybe a little bit further forward? Does that lead to possible advantages for OPTIC or for FaZe? Do you maybe just help him out a little bit more and say, hey, just make sure you watch your back 30 seconds into the round?
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to put someone in a position to make sure no one sneaks through their underground door, and you're still going to have Celium playing slow and towards the back base. He's trying to give cover fire to his teammates, but that bomb does get dropped by Simp again. He's feeling something. He sees something. He's going for the attack, puts down a couple shots, but doesn't lead to the first blood.
These 2 defensive players for OPTIC are kind of having to make individual plays happen. Yeah, Dashie getting cut at range means that Shotzi's got to go rogue a little bit here. Has Draza from behind, slips away, no trade to be found as of yet. The smoke goes off the map, but Simp still stuck over towards Elevator, does get traded out, will continue into a 2v2. Shotzi with the pistol, not able to fend off the trade, and now it's down to Kenny, nowhere to go. He'll drop, and FaZe put themselves on series point.
FaZe are just waiting, man. They are waiting for OPTIC Texas to make the first move. And they are picking them apart every time after that.
Come on, boys.
Does a gun through that elevator side. At least finds a trade on the first, but every single time Atlanta FaZe are in an engagement, you best believe someone is always right behind for a trade. That's exactly what that round was. Atlanta FaZe at game point.
And it's still a map so far that has been OPTIC Texas finding most of the first bloods. Just not able to convert, and that's got to feel so frustrating. So over to what has to be 4 rounds in a row. FaZe, they have so much wiggle room. They can make some weird plays happen, and they've got such a cushion. And this time it will be a little bit of a double stack immediately onto the B site. OPTIC taking their time, still working over towards top propane.
Yeah, they're a lot more aggressive, though, up the B street this time around.
To the B site. OPTIC taking their time, still working over towards top propane.
Yeah, they're a lot more aggressive, though, up the B street this time around. No trophy hit markers towards the deep left street. Draza getting some information of a player being aggressive in towards bottom blue, but it's already 30 seconds wiped off the clock. I have a feeling that this is where the pressure's coming from.
Look at this setup for the rest of the defense from Atlanta. They're so far back. Dashie's seen on the cross back, but the first blood good. Simp looking for the trade. Does he get caught? Maybe trying to get a little bit too expensive on this. No, not the case. Finally, trades are out, but it's again, levels the terms to a 2v2.
It's 2v2, and look at Pred again. Pops that dead silence as Celium finds that nade onto Shotzzy. By the time he gets here, you already see Draza in a position to potentially play for it. Dead silence is about to run out. 30 seconds left.
And he's stuck. Draza seen, damage in, kill not here yet. Pred will have a chance to get off the regen. Bomb collected, 20 seconds to go. Doesn't quite see Cell on the heli steps. That will be enough information, but he falls off. Now time is an issue. Pred's got to go, and he's going to try to take this the other direction. Atlanta wrapping the other way, though, may lead to an opportunity for a plant to come out. No, the time will likely expire. He's got to stick for it, and Cell will punish.
GG's.
It goes all the way to 5, but once we got there, Atlanta, no worries, no problems. A comfortable 6-2. will move on, sending OPTIC down to the elimination bracket.
S&D wins you championships, man.
Yes,
S&D
sir.
wins you battles versus the top teams. And with Atlanta FaZe going 2-0 in this series in that mode, it leads to the Game 5 victory. It was just a flawless Game 5 plan, man.
Really?
We're talking about a high rise that they barely play.